It takes us to item 4.3. We have a presentation of the 2018 preliminary budget. Invite Auditor Herr and Chief Financial Officer Leo Kim forward.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Herr, Mason County Auditor. This morning we're here to present the 2018 preliminary budget, in which each department submits their anticipated revenues and their anticipated expenditures for next year. And I'd like to start by just giving you a brief overview of what these budgets include, what they don't include, and the extra challenges that we had in preparing these budgets this year. Faced with declining revenues and the ever-increasing cost to the county, county commissioners sent out very specific guidelines for us to prepare our 2018 budget. Each department in current expense, with a few exceptions, were to submit their budget at 17.5% below their June 2017 levels. And this included the mid-year reduction that we all made in July of this year. On top of that, current expense departments were asked to absorb all salary, benefit, and contractual obligations increases for next year. We were also to absorb any and all operational costs that we may incur next year. We were also asked to submit a 2019 budget for the Commissioner's consideration, along with narratives, listing the goals and the objectives of our office and the benchmarks that we have achieved. That was a high bar. Departments submitted their budgets with these requirements in mind, yet one that also represented the programs and the services that they believe are important to the citizens they serve, and one that they wanted addressed during the budget process. However, there is a significant exception this year. Although the Sheriff's Office submitted their anticipated revenues and their special funds into the county's financial system in the correct format, their expenditures were not. So subsequently, they were not included in this budget. So since the absence of the Sheriff's approximate $4 million budget will have a significant impact on the budget that we present this morning, I think you deserve a brief explanation on this issue. A couple of weeks prior to the deadline to submit budgets, the Sheriff's Office requested a change to their current expense account code structure, which in essence would eliminate their programs, such as the jail operation, patrol, admin, animal control, traffic policing, etc., and instead combine and merge all of their expenditure accounts together, one for salaries and benefits and one for the operation of their office for their entire department. Upon review of this request, I did not approve the change for a multitude of reasons, and it would severely complicate our ability, the county's ability, and the public's ability to ascertain how and where money is being spent in the Sheriff's Office. They were informed of my decision, and I requested that they submit their budgets with the account structure currently in place. They did not. On the day of the budgets were due, they simply sent me a list of their combined counts as they preferred in a Word document. Again, I informed the sheriff that I could not and I would not accept their budgets in this manner. I have been very clear in my intentions to the Sheriff's Office in regard to their budget. I have yet to hear from them on this issue. And I just want to make it perfectly clear, I am not picking on the Sheriff's Office. I am not requesting them anything that I wouldn't require from the prosecutor, from the superior court judge, from the district court, from the coroner, from the assessor, from the commissioners, etc. As a county auditor, it is my responsibility to establish proper procedures and internal controls in regards to the budget to ensure accountability, transparency, and consistency in this process, and that is what I continue to do. So it's unfortunate that these expenditures are not included in this budget, but that is the hand that we have been dealt. So with that said, before I turn it over to Leo Kim, our Chief Finance Officer, to present the specifics of this budget, I would like to thank Shannon, Paige, and Michelle for the extra hours that they put in, including the Labor Day weekend, to complete these budgets. They have informed me that the budget summary will be posted on our website today, and the budgets in detail will be posted by the end of the week. So with that, I will turn it over to Leo, and at the end of his presentation, we will be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you.
Good morning, Leo Kim, Chief Finance Officer, and for the Auditor's Office and Financial Services. I'm here to continue to present the 2018 preliminary budget to Mason County. Over the last couple months, the county has been compiling the data for the preliminary budget. This was a county-wide project. And I also would like to thank the staff of the Auditor's Office as well as the departments for partnering together to complete the project. In addition, as in every year that I've been here, Paige, Michelle, and Shannon has very much led the budget process and has worked many hours of overtime to get everything finished on time, and we would not be able to do the budget without those three ladies. We are submitting 3 separate groups of reports. The first group is a series of reports and graphs providing various trend information. The second and third groups are the detailed budgets for the current expense departments and special funds. These reports will be available on the auditor's website as described, as well as a limited supply of hard copies will be available and will be distributed after the presentation. The preliminary budget is really only a starting point or the beginning of the budget cycle. Over the course of the next several months, the budgets will be modified during budget workshops. Just a brief summary of the data and the numbers. The 2018 estimated revenue for the current expense fund, exclusive of estimated beginning fund balance, is approximately $31 million. Of the expenditure request presented and turned in, that it amounts to $22 million, but this amount will change as the data is submitted. Current expense fund revenues consist mostly of taxes, intergovernmental revenue, and charges for services. The expenditure amounts are not complete, and once the remaining data is submitted, we will be happy to analyze that and provide information. And is there any questions?
Any questions, Commissioner? None for me. Appreciate that.